Okay, this is a short demonstration of Code Awareness 2.0. You have to install two things. One is the Visual Studio Code extension, which you can find in Microsoft Marketplace here. This one. And then you also need to go to our web page and download the code application, the Code Awareness application itself. On Windows, you have to approve the download because our app is not yet published on Microsoft Store, soon to come. However, on the Apple ecosystem, the app is signed with an official Apple certificate, so you'll have no problems downloading it and installing it, like this here. And on Windows as well. There you go. On Mac, you just drag it into your applications folder and it's there. Then you start Visual Studio Code. And I started to set up twice. Okay, and now you have your code application open. We install this one here as well on the Mac system. Okay, so now we have both the applications installed and the Visual Studio Code extension installed. And we have the Code Awareness apps open on both Mac and Windows, ready to log in. Okay, for the purpose of this presentation, I'll be working with a public repository. In this case, I've chosen the Vue.js GitHub repository. First, you'll have to sign up for an account with Code Awareness like this. I'm not using any of your information, so feel free to leave the phone number empty. This is just in case you want to connect and troubleshoot the system with me later on. Okay, register. You'll receive an email from Code Awareness. Please check and click the validation link to activate your account. Okay, let me make another one here on the Mac as well. Like that, and make it shorter, just Hana. There you are. So you click on this link and you would see your profile. Just very simple, very basic for now. So let's go and log in. All right. And on Windows as well with my username. There you go. So now in Visual Studio Code, you don't see any changes, but after some time, when you browse through the files, you'll see this left side peer diffs panel being populated. I'll show you in a second. There you go. Now you see this here. And you can click on any of these files to open it and see what kind of changes there are. By the way, in Visual Studio Code, you can open the panel by clicking on that status bar label there, or by pressing Command Option P on a Mac or Control Alt P on Windows. Okay, so this peer diff file tree shows you all the files in the project that have changes relative to you or relative to a common base commit between all the members of your team. In essence, this is the list of project files that are being worked on by your team. Here, Hannah doesn't have any files listed, which means she has the latest changes. But on Windows, you see the user shows up and you can click on the user to see the actual diffs for the line that was highlighted. Opening another file, you see the same one user there, Hannah. You click on it, and there you go. That's the difference between your local file and her file that she's working on. It's worth noting that um, this system works without people needing to commit and push to the Git repository. Basically, nothing interferes with your Git flow. You only see these points of intersection between you and your team to help you be more proactive in your work and to help your team make progress faster. Okay, and we see for Hannah there are no divs because she has the latest changes. So what we're going to do is we're going to create another user, get another branch, and simulate a more realistic team of 3 people. I've prepared here a folder for just that. So I'm going to sign up. Let's call it Adam. Code awareness. Actually, Alice, right? Alice, Bob, and Charlie. Codeawareness.com. Okay, and I'll activate Alice as well. I did, and now log in, and there you are. These 3 login pop-ups, login successful, is because we have multiple versions, multiple Visual Studio Code editors connecting to the Code Awareness app. Alright, so now we have this Vue.js core 2. We're gonna explore a few files, click on a few files. As you navigate through the files, the Code Awareness app will process the repository and send the GIFs and find a common commit between all 3 members, send it over to the cloud, and based on that commit SHA, we calculate all the differences. Let's see where, there you are. And now if we look at these files, we should be able to find one that wasn't it. There's a little bug with the file tree disappearing. I'll fix that later. Click on this one. There's only Hannah here. I want to find one file that has changes from this one, from 2 people. And you can click on either one to see the diffs between your local version and what they have on their branch. And yeah, on the right side you see all that red. There's also blue now to indicate changes, the code awareness changes. So basically changes between your local version and your teammates. There's a setting that I will show you where you can make these blue lines disappear and have your code more clean. You can focus, you can go into Zen mode, but you still see the blue markers on the right side indicating the changes. Okay, and this is actually an interesting file. This is all deleted. It does not show up in your own file structure. So basically, your local version does not have this file. It's new at only in Hannah's branch. That's why it's showing up like that when you click on it in peer diffs. If we try to find it here, all right, you see there's no such file in your local structure. It's only at hers. All right. Okay, there's one more thing I need to show you. So you have the divs between you and your team, but you can also see divs between your local version and any local branches that you might have downloaded, fetched from the repository. You can just click on the branch name to see the diffs between your current version, your whatever branch is active, and that branch that you clicked on for the file that you have opened. Okay, and one more thing. This right here, the code graph is it only works right now for TypeScript, and JavaScript is an experiment I made for creating extensions for code awareness. What it does is whatever function your cursor is in, it will analyze. I shouldn't click that. It will analyze the function dependencies. Basically, what's required for that function to work, who calls, who imports that function, and what that particular function calls in turn. I'm going to try to find another example as well. This one doesn't always work very well. It's in its incipient stage, but it's a very good example to show you where this project, this code awareness project, may go in the future. Adding extensions with valuable features, with valuable processing, AI agents, you name it. Here's another one. I opened the OwnWatcher there. Normally on click you should be able to see the file that's calling the OwnWatcher and stuff, but it's not working at this time. All right. And the idea with the extension system here is that you as a user, you could select whichever extensions you want and program your user interface the way you want it to be more efficient in your work. All right, that was it. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Thank you for watching for 12 minutes almost, and I hope you can download and test this with your team.